The $600 longevity mistake, and the 2026 fix that costs less. If your daily wellness routine involves opening a cabinet full of individual supplement bottles, NMN for NAD plus support, spermidine for autophagy, resveratrol for sirtuin activation, separate CoQ10 and PQQ capsules, hyaluronic acid for joint and skin health, and a rotating cast of additional longevity compounds. A major clinical paper published in May 2026 in the Journal of Anti-Aging Science just delivered findings that should make you stop and reassess everything you are spending. The study evaluated what researchers are calling longevity megastacks, the multi-supplement protocols that have become increasingly popular in the biohacking community as individual ingredient research has accumulated. The premise of these stacks is straightforward, and individually each ingredient has legitimate scientific support. NMN raises NAD plus levels. Spermidine activates autophagy. Resveratrol activates sirtuins. CoQ10 supports mitochondrial function. PQQ triggers mitochondrial biogenesis. The research on each one in isolation is real. The problem the 2026 study identified is what happens when you combine 10 or more of these compounds simultaneously. The finding is called competitive absorption, and it is one of the most significant and least discussed failures of the modern supplement industry. Your gut has a finite capacity for absorbing specific molecular compounds at any given time. The transporters responsible for moving bioactive compounds from your intestinal lining into your bloodstream operate on specific channels that become saturated when too many competing compounds are present simultaneously. When you consume 10 or more isolated longevity ingredients in the same morning window, they compete for the same limited absorption channels. The result is that the majority of those expensive compounds, the study estimated up to 80% in heavily stacked protocols, never make it past the gut wall. They get processed and eliminated without ever reaching the cellular targets they were purchased to support. But the study identified something even more fundamental than the absorption competition problem. Even the compounds that do successfully cross the gut wall face a second barrier that the supplement industry almost never discusses. Bioactive longevity compounds require cellular energy to be utilized at the mitochondrial level. Your cells cannot passively absorb these ingredients and automatically incorporate them into their biological processes. The incorporation requires ATP, and ATP requires functioning healthy mitochondria to produce it. When your mitochondria are underpowered through accumulated oxidative damage, insufficient numbers, or the chronic metabolic stress that characterizes most adults over 40, your cells receive the longevity signals these compounds are sending, but lack the energy infrastructure to act on them. The expensive ingredients arrive, the door opens, and the power is out. You are spending $600 a month delivering packages to an address where nobody has electricity. This is the $60 insight that makes the $600 stack unnecessary. The foundational requirement for any longevity protocol is not the most comprehensive ingredient list. It is the most functional mitochondrial infrastructure. When your cellular engines are clean, abundant, and well-fueled, they can extract longevity benefit from a far simpler nutritional protocol, including the foods you are already eating, without requiring an overwhelming array of isolated compounds competing for absorption. PQQ addresses this foundational requirement directly. By activating the PGC1 alpha pathway, it triggers mitochondrial biogenesis, growing new high-density cellular engines with clean programming and full energy production capacity. New mitochondria are not carrying the accumulated damage that compromised their predecessors. They process incoming bioactive compounds, efficiently incorporating them into cellular processes with the ATP output required to actually execute the biological changes those compounds are designed to trigger. CoQ10 fuels those new mitochondria through the electron transport chain, maintaining consistent ATP production that ensures the cellular energy environment stays receptive to nutritional inputs, rather than creating the power-out scenario where expensive ingredients arrive with nowhere useful to go. Mitolyn combines both in one streamlined formula built around this foundational principle. It is not trying to be the entire longevity stack. It is the engine that makes whatever else you are taking, and whatever you eat, finally deliver the cellular results it was always capable of delivering when the infrastructure was working properly. In 2026, the smartest supplement decision is not finding the most comprehensive stack. It is building the most functional cellular foundation. Stop paying for $600 urine and start investing in the engine that makes every dollar you spend on your health actually count. I want to be fully transparent with you. The link in my description is an affiliate link. I might earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. I only share what I genuinely think is helpful. Stop wasting money on the traffic jam and upgrade the engine. Check the link in my description for the 2026 Mitolyn Clean Cell Protocol. This video is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your diet or lifestyle.